we want to talk again about the same verse of Proverbs 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Train up a child. As a mom, you have this privilege of training up a child. In other words, you are the one making the next generation, trying to do how the next generation will be. The next generation, in fact, will be what every mom and dad is doing in the home. And I'm talking especially to you as a mom. What you're doing in your home, how you're training your children will determine how the next generation will be. Think about it. What you are doing, what another mom is doing, what every home is doing to children will determine how the next generation is going to be. Most of the time we hear people saying, oh, this generation, they are so lost. But as a Christian mom, I think you need to think twice. Every child who is born is like a virgin page, a empty page. There is nothing. It's true, a child has a will, but it's easier to train a child and to show a child the way to go than to wait when a child will get so many other things in him from everywhere. It becomes sometimes even hard to train. When we were growing up many decades ago, our parents were, I think, were having maybe 60% of chance of talking to us. They were talking to us the most without any effort because there were no social media like we have now. There were no Facebook, no Instagram, no whatever social media we have there. Those social media were not there. So beside the parents talking to us, maybe the friends in school and the teacher were the one talking to us. But let me tell you, as a mom today, there are multiple sources that want to talk to your child. And maybe not that they are randomly, your child will randomly get in contact with these sources, but those sources are intentional. They want to put something in the heart of your child. You are a mom, you have a child, but God has given you also the responsibility of training this child to know God, because God has to be the source of everything. He has to be the base, the foundation of our lives. And there many people outside want to turn your child away from God. You have to be very conscious of that. Today we see some parents will say, we have enough time, he's small, he will be growing. No, the first information that the child is getting in his heart, in his life, will remain the basics on which he will judge any other information that will come. That's why those first informations that a child has to get, they have to come from you as a parent. We see sometimes parents going with their children to church. They will take a phone, give to the child. While the mother is listening to the preacher, the child is going around the world, surfing the world, knowing things, all type of things. No. If your child can stay and watch the cartoons, your child can stay in church and listen to the preaching. Don't think my child is little will not understand what the pastor is preaching. He will understand because the word of God is powerful. And the Spirit of God in every service knows what to give to each person in the service. So don't think my child needs the phone so he can be calm. And I know in many churches, also in some area, churches have places for children. And also, there are pastors who are not putting a lot of effort on what they are giving to children. They want to entertain children in church, while all the life outside the church is an entertainment too. I think when children come to church, they need to know God. They need to know the word of God. They don't need video games and things. No. They need to hear the word of God. Even if you have a children's church, let the word of God be preached to them. There are pastors who don't know what they are preaching in the children's church because it just took a brother who is a committed brother in the church. You go and lead the children, but you don't even know what he's preaching to the children. You better know, and know, don't be focused on adults and waiting that those children will depart from the ways of God and become adult, and you start again correcting them, trying to pull them back to the ways of God. No. We should take them from their childhood, help them grow in the ways of God. Let me tell you as a mom that the world is intentional on turning your children away from God. Today, there are so many things on the social media that want to get the attention of your child away from God. And you have to be intentional. Let your child, the first information that your child will have comes from you. You will be the first to tell your child in any area of life. We also talk about sex education. Maybe we will talk about that in our next video. But you must be the first person to tell your child, to teach your child, to train your child in the ways of God. And it's a blessing because you need to know, if you do not do it when this child is little, you're thinking you are busy. But when he will grow up, you will be going after him over and over to tell him, don't do this. You shouldn't do this. You don't see other children how they are. Why are you doing this? The problem is you didn't do the work on time. The time where you were supposed to influence his life, you didn't take your time. You were busy doing your career or other things. And now that the child is far from God, look at you at a time where you should be sitting down and enjoying how the child has get what you have put in him, how you have trained him. You will be now very sad to see how the child is behaving. So wake up. Give your time to your child, to your children.